Yo, what is good YouTube? I am Richie Kim, and today I'm going to be bringing you all the performance review on Serious Player Only's first shoe in their basketball plus line, the Ranger 1. Before we get started, if you all enjoy sneaker content just like this, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below and also hit that bell notification button so you never miss another video just like this one. But anyways, let's get right into it. As always, starting off with the traction, the Ranger 1 features like this modified, almost like herringbone traction pattern. It really does look like a tire. And the traction on here is very, very good. If you're playing on your clean courts, you're going to be able to stop on a dime. It's very, very good. It has a very hard bite. If you are playing on your dustier courts, I will say that this thing does pick up a little bit of dust. However, the dust is very, very easy to wipe off, just a quick wipe here and there, and you will also have very good traction on those dustier courts. But just keep in mind, it does pick up dust, so if you do let the dust accumulate, you might slide to a stop here and there. But I never personally had any issues of actually sliding out completely. It was just like, kind of a slide to a stop on those dustier courts. But overall, my experience with this traction is very, very good. I really, really enjoyed it. I didn't have any issues at all. So yeah, the traction on the Ranger 1 is very, very good. So moving on to the cushion, the Ranger 1 comes with Serious Player Only's explosive drop-in midsole, and the drop-in midsole is very nice. It's very similar to Boost, so you are going to get like good bounce out of it, good impact protection, pretty decent court feel and responsiveness as well. But because this is a drop-in midsole, you can replace it with any of the other midsoles that Serious Player Only provides. You do have to buy them separately, but you can basically cater this cushion setup to however you want, which is awesome. Personally, I thought the explosive midsole in here is nice. I think it goes very well with the carrier foam, which is I think just an EVA. But I actually like this cushion setup more compared to the Player 1 Plus because you do actually have a foam, right, that actually houses this rather than just the outsole itself. So overall, it does create a more comfortable setup. Obviously, because the thickness of the foam and all that stuff, you do, I would say, lose out on a little bit of that court feel. But I will say, I still felt plenty quick in this shoe. And overall, it is a more comfortable ride, which I do appreciate. So yeah, the cushion in the Ranger 1 is also very, very nice. If you are expecting a lot of impact protection, it's probably not it. But for me, it really is a very nice balance in between the court feel responsiveness and impact protection and just having an overall comfortable ride in the shoe. So moving on to the materials, the Ranger 1 features very premium materials. You do have this full suede upper. It is real suede, and yeah, the material quality is nice. And that basically, makes up the entire upper of the shoe. You do have like this overlay right here, which I initially thought was leather, but I guess it's not. It's kind of like a rubbery leather. So yeah, it feels better than just straight fuse, but it's still not the best in terms of like quality. Besides that, yeah, you do have the suede material that wraps around the entire shoe, which is great. Moving towards the tongue, you do just have like this open mesh tongue. I wouldn't say it's the most padded, but it still does feel very comfortable on foot. And you do have these rope laces. If you do like to crank down your laces like me, I didn't feel the laces digging into my foot really, except maybe around the top. If you do really like to, really crank it down at the top, you might feel just a little bit of pressure, but it's not all too much. So yeah, the material quality on the Ranger 1 is very nice. I just wish that, this little toe piece right here felt a little bit better. So moving on to the fit, I would say that the Ranger 1 does run true to size, kind of. I'm a slightly wide footer. I would recommend slightly wide footers to go up a half size. If you do have normal feet or narrow feet, I think you could get away with going true to size. However, I definitely think half a size up is the way to go if you do have slightly wide feet. If you have really wide feet, you might want to go up a full size. This does get a little bit narrow up in the forefoot area, so just keep that in mind. However, even after going up a half size, I think the fit is honestly still really good. You feel very, very snug in the shoe. This is a half booty construction upper to give you as close of a one-to-one fit as possible. But yeah, I mean, overall, the shoe felt very, very comfortable on foot. Besides it feeling a little bit bulky, because obviously this is a ginormous shoe, yeah, I mean, overall, I thought the fit was really good. Just watch out if you do have like wide feet, you might need to go up a half or a full size. So moving on to the support, personally, I think this is probably the Ranger 1's like strongest area. The support in here is freaking amazing. You do have an internal heel counter. You know, you don't really have like too much sculpting back here, but I never had any instances of heel slippage. My heel felt very secure and locked in the shoe. As far as side-to-side movement on the footbed goes, you are caged in very, very well. I mean, as you all can see, this foam piece wraps up onto the upper of the shoe, which basically acts as a cage for your foot. Also, the high quality materials do a great job of making sure your foot is locked in place along with the lacing system. So yeah, I didn't have any side-to-side movement on the footbed. As far as lateral movements go, check this out. This is an extremely wide base, and it's not just in the forefoot, but it's also in the midfoot and the heel as well. This foam protrudes out a lot. And this kind of reminds me of a hovercraft almost, in terms of like how, I don't want to say bulky, but just like how wide of a base, how wide of a foundation it is on this shoe. And it does a great job. Like, honestly, I literally never had any feeling of rolling over my foot or rolling over the side of the shoe at all. Like, this is a very wide and very stable base. Even on the medial side, like this actually protrudes out on the medial side as well. So yeah, the support in here is very, very good. On top of that, you do have a full-length carbon plate, or almost full-length carbon plate in here to provide that torsional rigidity and stability. So you're also going to be covered there as well. So yeah, I mean, the support in the Ranger 1 is very, very good. And honestly, I think it's my, you know, the number one thing about this shoe. So the Ranger 1 retails for $190, and that is a very, very steep price point. My personal opinion, I absolutely love these shoes. This will definitely be something that's in my rotation. You know, it's just something that's very unique. Even the way it looks, apparently this is modeled after the CYBERTRUCK, which you could definitely see, like with its like rigid triangular lines and shape, that this definitely does kind of resemble a CYBERTRUCK. And not to mention, the Ranger text is in that CYBERTRUCK text. So yeah, I mean, aesthetically, this is something super unique that you're really not going to see too often. On top of that, the performance is very, very good. And I would say from, you know, a quality standpoint, this is probably one of the nicer shoes. The only thing that I could really complain about in terms of like the material quality is the fact that this isn't like real leather. At least I don't think it is. So yeah, but strictly performance wise, this is a very, very nice shoe. And I really like that, you know, you can actually change out the drop-in midsole to any of the other ones that Serious Player Only makes. So you can really customize this shoe to how you want it to feel, which is awesome. But $190, do I think it's worth it? Yes. But is it worth it for you all? Maybe not. I mean, you all can probably get some decent performers around, you know, the $150, $130 mark even. And yeah, I mean, it might be just as good as this. But what I will say is the performance in these are really nice, and the materials are for the most part very good, and the support is really great as well. Not only that, but you are supporting, you know, one of these smaller companies that I think is making very, very great products. Yeah, the $190 price point is steep, but I think for the performance that you get and the uniqueness that you get, I would say it is worth the money. I mean, obviously, if you could get it for a cheaper price somehow, definitely do that. But yeah, $190, it's still a very solid performer. I really, really like these. So yeah, I would recommend you all to get a pair, especially if the money doesn't really bother you. If money is obviously a factor, you have a budget, I'm sure you can find something else for cheaper. But if money really isn't an issue, or you know, you like the Cybertruck, maybe, I don't know. I mean, yeah, this is a very, very good performer, and I really, really enjoy the shoe. If you want to get a pair of these, I'll leave a link for you down in the description box below. But that's pretty much it for this performance review. If you all like this video, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button down below. And also please hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment. It really does help me out. Check out these videos over here, and that's pretty much it. Until next time, peace.